Hey everyone, this is Tim and I hope you're doing well. I am enjoying an evening in Ho Chi Minh City, just on a bus tour on the second level, touring all the sites. And that has a bit of resemblance to Stark Tower from the Avengers right here in Ho Chi Minh. And gosh, it's so nice to get a little bit of a cooler weather in the evening because this morning was incredibly hot and humid. This was one of those 4 shower days. But that didn't stop me because I got to explore and found a fantastic banh mi place. It's called Banh Mi Huỳnh Hoa. It was a little busy, but those sandwiches are absolutely amazing. And a lot of butter, a lot of pate, and a huge sandwich. Absolutely delicious. It only has 3 tables, but next door there's lots more seating. And that was it for me. I needed to take a nap and get away from the heat. And in the evening, this is a beautiful tour of Ho Chi Minh. Lots of attractions to see to fill our sights. And now that our sights are full, I think it's time to fill up our stomachs. We are just ending our tour and pretty excited because we will be heading up to a fantastic buffet called Café Saigon. I've been to a fantastic place called Nico Saigon. It was lots of seafood, lots of meats. I thought that was the best place here, but I think this might be even better. I think there's only one way to find out. Let's watch these stairs. So I'm just on my way to head over to Cafe Saigon, and thank you so much for joining as we discover which is the best buffet in Saigon, if it's at La Brasserie at Nico Saigon or at Cafe Saigon, which we're about to head over. And I'm just going to catch my ride, and here it comes. Hi, how are you? Thank you. Thank you. A bit of an exhilarating ride, and a few minutes later, we are here. I hope you're hungry. Come on, let's check it out and have a nice buffet together. Oh, hello. Xin chào. Absolutely wonderful to be in an air-conditioned lobby, and I see these grand staircase heading up to the buffet, and I think people are doing the same thing. Already cooling down, really getting used to the hot weather, and oh, here we go. Hi Min, hey Tao, Xin chào. Xin chào. Oh, this looks absolutely amazing. Can I grab a table? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. All right, will do. Thank you. There are so many stations at this buffet, and it's so nice to get a table from Min and Tran and already have a glass of wine. I think they know it's hot outside, and this is the perfect way to quench the thirst. Cheers to you. Oh, very nice, refreshing, and perfect for seafood. And before I sat down, I got a tour the buffet with Min. Lots of seafood, lobster as well, made fresh with scampi shrimp, and the hardworking folks there cooking up a storm. And of course, some house-made pho with the beef pho with the flat noodles and the pho with the round noodles. I can't wait to try them all, and there's also additional dishes that come to you. So you can be out going through the buffet, and while you're grabbing all the dishes left, right, and center, they bring additional dishes to you. So without further ado, let's go visit the buffet. Cheers. So hard to decide, but let's grab a plate first. And I think we're ready to start, and right in front is some cold, luscious seafood. And let's see what they have. We have the clams and the crab. And although I love crab, they are just too much work. So let's go for some of these oysters here. All right, and number 2, a little bit of mignonette on the oysters. What are you doing there? Cocktail?
Yeah, cocktail.
So a little bit of vodka?
Yeah.
So I think you can make your own oyster shooters. Let's give this a try. So we have our cup, and I think we'll grab an oyster. Oh, that's a big one. A little bit of lime, a little bit of Tabasco. And I think we need the vodka. Just a capful. And here we go. And an oyster shooter And moving on, we have some lovely shrimp, but I see something better at the salad station. Ooh. And I think they have some fresh sashimi. Oh, thank you so much. So the good folks here are stocking up the buffet station really well. And here we have an array of veggies. This looks like salmon, but it isn't. Carrots disguised as fish, but this looks really good. Not exactly sure what this is, but this looks like a wonderful salad. This is some deep fried eggs and some jicama, I think. Let's give this a try. Try the egg with a cucumber right over here. And moving on, some wonderful salad of shrimp and mango. I think we need to go for a little bit. Next to the deep fried egg. I fear I'm filling up the plate too quickly with the salads, but oh, my favorite, potato. Ah, what the heck? We'll go for 1 or 2. There we go. And this looks amazing. Assorted salmon, marinated in different ways. Smoked. I think this is beet cured, and I think this is cured in some other way. Let's give that a try. Salmon 1, salmon 2, and salmon 3 smoked. And the accompaniments, a little bit of onions, some eggs, and a little bit of capers. All we need is a cream cheese and bagel, but that's okay. There's more salads over here. And this is fun to look at, but we will look but not touch. Oh, and some soup. And let's see. Ah, and this is some Asian style beef soup. Really thick. And let's see. Ah, some sashimi over there. And before we start with the sashimi, we have my favorite. These are the prawn crackers. Okay, and this looks like a traditional Vietnamese dish. Some mixed rice paper, a little bit here. Maybe a little more. And if you want some more accompaniments, this is deep fried beef and deep fried chicken. And I think we need a little bit of calamansi. Calamansi number 1 and calamansi number 2. And maybe just a little bit of egg because they are cooked so perfectly. Let's go for 1 right on top. Okay, all right, so we have the sushis, very nice. So I think that's a sashimi salad. And if you want some sashimi, maybe chef can help. Hi Min, how are you? Oh, can I get some sashimi, please? Oh, thank you. Oh, and I know what that is. Can I get some gachik? All right, thank you. And those, I know what they are. These are perilla leaves, but these I have no idea what they are, but I think we'll give it a try. A few perilla leaves. Would be fun to give it a try. Oh, and right over there, I think it's a make your own cocktail. So I think I forgot to mention that drinks are unlimited, from the sodas to the tea to the wine and the beer, and I think the cocktails are included, but some assembly required. All right, let's give this a try. So today we are making a Cuba Libre with all the ingredients here, and this is 15 milliliters of rum, a drop of lime juice, topped up with Pepsi Cola. So this is interesting. Is this 15 milliliters or is this 15 milliliters? I think let's play it safe. 15. Pour it in. A little bit of lime juice. Just a splash. This is incredibly hard to do with 2 hands and a camera. I think I probably use more than 15 mils, but make your own cocktail, really nice. And moving on, I think we have some oysters. Wonderful cheesy under the bright lights on a bed of salt. And let's go for 1 and number 2. And I learned my lesson, always end up with the hot food. But I see something more. I think that is Parma ham. So let's go for some of this. All thinly sliced up. Let's go for a little bit here. Next to the oysters. Oh, and some wonderful looking pate of pork. And number 2, they are sticky with an acrobatic flip. And since we have the pate, I think we need to go for some cheese. quite a variety here. This is Gouda, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Some cheddar, some brie. Not sure what that is. And moving on, I think this would be my favorite cheese. Oh, that's beautiful. Wow. So a really melty cheese that hopefully is a little bit pungent in the best possible way. Let's see. And this is the plate as we have it. Okay, so quite a bit of food for the first round, and those cheesy oysters are calling out for attention. And we've got the sashimi, the Cuba Libre, and then all these cold sections here with the sashimi. But cheesy oysters first. Oh, look at that. Very nice. Can't wait to dig in. Nice and warm. Let's give this a try. Cheers. That oyster is nice and warm and fresh. And look at all that wonderful juices. Just gotta get it off the shell and enjoy. Nothing like a nice hot baked oyster, but I think we're gonna try a little bit of the sashimi, and I'm gonna take a little bit of the perilla leaf, a little bit of tuna right here. I think this is how you'll eat it, and I'm gonna basically combine a few things together. And last but not least, really curious about this. I think this is seaweed. Seaweed 1 and seaweed 2. Wrap it up. And looking like a lovely bundle. Very nice. Perilla leaf is nice and delicate with the salmon and the tuna sashimi. A little bit of soy, very fresh. And that seaweed actually is quite nice. A little bit of pops of flavor. And you need to wash that down with a homemade Cuba Libre. Cheers to you. Oh, ooh. Very good, but very strong. I think they got the recipe wrong. But good nonetheless. Really curious to try the rice paper salad. I think this is a traditional Vietnamese street food and a big bite. All right, let's give this a try. To be honest, this isn't my favorite. The flavors are there, don't get me wrong, but the rice paper is just a little bit tough to bite through. Give it another attempt. It's interesting because the longer you chew, the more the rice paper melds and softens. And it's actually starting to taste pretty good. And I think we need to try that oyster shooter before it gets too warm. Oh, bottoms up. Oyster shooters, not my favorite thing, and that's strong. Lots of vodka. I think we need to clear our palate with this wonderful looking mango and papaya and shrimp salad. I think there's papaya inside. Very refreshing, really bright flavors from the mango and the onions and the shrimp. Exactly what's needed after the oyster shooter. Very nice. So this is just the first round of the cold station, and I'm going to finish this up, and then we'll take you back for all the hot food and the lobster and the seafood, of course. It should be pretty special. Cheers. Last oyster. Very good. And round one was a lot of food and very good. The oysters were nice and fresh and still cold. And a little bit of that green sauce made it extra tasty. And the salmon cured in 3 ways, really nice and light. And I didn't want to spend too much time on round one, so I had to combine the foods, a little bit of cracker, a spread of pate with a square of cheese, and that Iberico ham, putting together a perfect bite with the layers of crunchiness, richness, cheesiness, and the luscious ham. And with that, I think it's time for round two with all the seafood. Come on, let's go. So round two, and I think it's time for some seafood and some hot food with the wonderful oysters and the carvery. And let's see, and I think they have more over there. So these are the freshly prepared seafood made to order with the intimidating spiny lobster. So I think I'm gonna get that last to keep it nice and hot, and let's see what they have here. Some roast chicken, some barbecue pork. Oh, wonderful veggies, deep fried. And this might not look like much, but this is my favorite. These are salmon collar and salmon belly. Many times considered an inexpensive cut, but absolutely so flavorful for a little bit of salmon belly. Okay, and let's see what else we have. And now the more traditional Vietnamese foods. My favorite spring rolls, and I think this might be a make-your-own noodle station. Oh, I see. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, a little bit of cucumbers, a little bit of peanuts, a little bit of mint. Oh. Sang, thank you so much. So really good folks here. This is everything combined. Bun Tik Nung.
Yes.
Really nice. And there was no way I was going to pronounce that without Thing. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
All right, thank you. So that's really cool. Everything combined. And moving on, let's see. Some dumplings and many dishes here. Let's see. This is some chicken. Oh, wonderful fish. I do like the fish and the seafood here in Vietnam. So maybe I'll just go for one. Next two are on the Bun Tek Nuk. And apologies if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. Thuing wasn't here to help, but let's see. We have some beef and some wonderful shrimp in satay sauce. But I think I'm gonna skip the shrimp in the satay sauce because I see there is lobster in satay sauce. And we can see all the hardworking folks here. So we're definitely gonna go have some lobster and have Sang cook it up. And let's see what else we have. Okay, little bit of seafood fried rice and some noodles. Let's see, veggies. I think I'm gonna give that a skip. And I think we have some Indian dishes here. Some tandoori chicken, some chana masala, and the naan all cooked in that tandoor over there. And I think it's time for some seafood. Okay, all right, and let's see what we have. Oh, some potatoes, a little bit here. And we have some roast veggies, but after the roast veggies, it gets a lot better. This is beef, and fatty beef it is. Perfect on the potato. Some saucy goodness. Oh, and ginormous shrimp. Shrimp number one. And shrimp number two. Okay, so those shrimp were hard to put on the plate, but I think the lobster will be much easier. Okay, and these are gigantic. Let's go for one lobster right here. But don't worry, the lobster are endless and we'll be back for some more. But let's go for a little bit of beef. Hi Chung, how are you?
I'm fine.
Oh, can I get a little bit of beef? Oh. Thank you so much. And maybe a little bit of sauce. So we have some satay sauce, some black pepper, some gravy, mushroom, and I think that is black pepper. I think we'll try the black pepper gravy right over here on the beef. And I think I need a little bit of sauce with the lobster as well. Let's try a little bit of satay sauce right on here. And that is our lobster and surf and turf plate. Next round is getting off to a nice start with lots of seafood and some traditional fare and just half a lobster, but that's okay because we can go back for more and more when it's hot. But let's give this a try. So this is a lobster in satay sauce, grilled nice and warm and cooked wonderfully. Oh, look at that. Let's give this a try. Oh, very nice. Lobster is grilled well, and that Singapore satay sauce, a little bit of spiciness, lots of depth of flavor, very nice. And you know what goes good with lobster? Steak. Try a little bit of this with the peppercorn sauce. All right, and it cuts pretty okay. Let's give this a try. Actually, I thought it might be a bit tough, but it's actually quite tender, not dry, although it could use a little bit more fat, but not too bad. Can't wait to try the traditional Vietnamese noodle, and I believe it's called bun thê nuc, but I could be wrong. Grab the chopsticks, dig in. Nice noodles, and so many veggies with the pork, fatty pork, and I think this is new. They have some fish in there, or somehow I put that in there, but before the noodles, definitely go for the spring roll. Nice and crispy, so much filling, very flavorful. What a crunch. And I gotta try the noodles next. Mix it up. There's so much flavor and textures in one bite. Fatty pork, some peanuts, and that mint gives it a really nice kick. All foundation by the wonderful noodles. And I'm not sure if foundation is a word, but I'll stick with it. Cheers. And as good as the fatty pork is, let's try the fatty beef with a bit of buttery potatoes on a chopstick. Talk about your perfect bite. Both the beef and the potato melts in the mouth, and that wonderful cap of fat on the brisket. Very nice. So I'm going to finish this off, but don't worry, there's going to be lots more lobster, and I can't wait to take you back. Cheers. So that round went pretty quick, so let's go for some more seafood. And I see some people there. Oh, they are certainly fast at keeping everything stocked up. More lobster. Oh, and more shrimp. Lobster number 2. Right over here. And maybe a shrimp. And they always have this long claw over here. And I understand they can cook it up for you in different sauces. So let's go visit Sang. Hi, Sang. Hi. Can I get these cooked up? Yes. Let's see. What would you suggest? Okay. So let's go with the butter and a little bit of garlic with a hot induction wok. A little bit of garlic. A lot of butter. Thank you, Sang. And I think they have some pho there. So this looks pretty interesting, and Min was saying I have to try this. This is the bun bo hui with the round noodles, and this is the pho bo, and I think that's the beef pho. Hi there, can I get the bun bo hui and the pho bo? Yeah, two. Thank you. A little bit of the sprouts and the round noodles. And a wonderful spicy broth. Can I get the fatty one? Yeah. Thank you. Oh, thank you. All right, so they look absolutely amazing. And let's carry these back to the table. It'll be tricky. Somehow I got all the dishes back to the table, and actually it was a group effort there with Sang and Min. So grateful here. So I've got, oh, and more coming so fast. So I think I'm in a little bit of trouble here because not only do we have the pho and the original garlic lobster, but a cheesy lobster came as well. So I think we need to try some of the noodles first. This is the round noodles, and we'll give this a try. Let's dig in. Okay. Lots of herbs, some meats, and a very different broth. And I think this is tendon, a little bit of tendon, a little bit of noodles, very slippery. Let's give this a try. Very messy and very good. I think these noodles are tapioca noodles, nice and round, very slippery, and very easy to eat and fun. Gotta have a little bit of greens. Cheers. So flavorful, and those meats are absolutely gorgeous. Very nice. Let's try the beef pho next. And I think we need a bit of basil, or a lot. Rip up the leaves, and we're just gonna mix this up. And the hot broth is just barely cooking the ribeye, that nice beef. Let's give this a try. A little bit of beef, a little bit of soup. So tender. Let's go for more noodles. These are the flat noodles. I'm so lucky to get that fatty beef. I think we'll need a little bit of sauce together on the noodles. Oops. And a little bit of fatty goodness. Very nice. Fantastic, comforting noodles with some fatty beef. But we definitely need to try the lobster next before it gets too cold. So this is the butter garlic lobster from Sang, and we'll just need to cut into it. So lobster is nice, and it's even nicer with a nice sauce as well. Oh, it just pulls apart. Little bit of sauce. That sauce makes all the difference. Nice and buttery and garlicky. Very good. Butter and garlic, you can't go wrong with that. Maybe you can even get it better with a little bit of cheese. Let's make it Three's Company. Right in between. And that's a bit of a reach, but that's looking so good. Can't wait to cut into it. All right, so this just came, and it's nice and hot and fresh. And the lobster meat just kind of pulls right from the shell. There we go. Mm. Gorgeous cheesy lobster, and with the butter and garlic lobster, can't beat that. And this little piece here, I think some people call it the tamale little bit, very good. Mm. So many lobsters, so many bowls of pho. I think I'm gonna finish this off. I think this is gonna be the last round, and we'll take you back for dessert. Oh, cheers. So that round certainly did me in. Those 2 bowls of pho that was my weakness, but I think let's try out the desserts, and they certainly look really good. So starting off, we have the refrigerated section. Wonderful treasures of sweetness encased behind glass. And this is interesting. This is an opera cake mango style. And let's pull out the drawer and dig in. And we'll choose the one closest with the blueberry right over here. And next to it, we have the brownie, but that might be too rich. And let's see what's in the other drawer. Ah, this is a nice pandan dessert. Many layers I can see. Next to the mango opera, and a sponge, Victoria style. And this reminds me of one of the better British TV shows they have. Next to Doctor Who, they have a baking show, and let's see what else is next. Ooh, mango. And this is mango in the form of mousse cake. And next to it, a chocolate cake, flourless, very healthy, some creme brulee. And I think this is a sago corn pudding. Looks really lovely. Like sago, never had it in corn pudding form. And this might be something traditional. This is a Vietnamese banana sweet soup dessert. Not the biggest fan of banana. It's okay, other than the taste, texture, and smell. And then we have strawberry jello. And there's more. Over there, you see some fruits. And further up, you see some fruits on a stick, which is perfect for the chocolate fountain. And then there's more cakes. This is a Japanese-inspired matcha cake. The plate is getting full, and how can we say no to a Black Forest gâteau? And the only problem is that the cakes are too big, which is a nice problem to have. Okay. Gonna make a mess, and hopefully the custard will prop up the cake. And I think that's it for me, but there is a chocolate hazelnut cake. And how can you go wrong with the combination of chocolate and hazelnut? Okay. That straggler fell off, which is a good thing because this cake is about to fall off as well. Next to its cousin, and oh, we have a Linzer tart, and we have ice cream. Hi, Hui. Hi, can I get some ice cream? Oh, and they're rolled up. It's nice, isn't it? Thank you so much.
I will get some if you want to.
And one cannot live on ice cream alone. One needs toppings, and they certainly do have some here. Some nice cantaloupe. Inside the ice cream twirl with some nuts and some chocolate. And that is my version of cakeless Swiss roll. Once again, it's really nice to come back to the table with more surprises. Just what I need. A cup of coffee with all this dessert and a little bit of milk. Bit of a stir to a great meal. And I don't think the ice cream can wait. Let's dig in. Just barely melting and fun to break apart. So a little bit of healthiness with the cantaloupe. Very nice. Creamy ice cream, lots of textures from all the toppings, the nuts and the chocolate. Very good start. Just on the verge of the ice cream headache, but thanks to Hui who rolled it up It doesn't get too cold. And I think we need to try some of this dessert, the opera mango cake. And it just cuts so nicely. Very nice. So many layers of mango and cake and chocolate and coffee and more. Let's try the pandan cake. Again, the many layers. That is so aromatic, very floral and earthy at the same time, and a wonderful taste of green. Oh, thank you so much. Gracious hosts here, they just don't stop. Here's to a continuous flow of desserts and drinks and food. Cheers. So I can't wait to try this pudding here. And this is a sago corn pudding. And I think it just gave a burp. Try that here. Very nice. Nice texture with the sago. And the corn is sweet and makes a surprisingly delicious dessert. Lots of texture. Very nice. So, this is Saigon Café. Really nice buffet here, and as good as the food is, and it is the people like Min and Hui that makes all the difference. Endless, continuous flow of dessert, lots of great service. I think I need a cup of coffee after all that richness. Cheers. So thank you so much for joining. Really nice to explore Vietnam and Ho Chi Minh City. And it's hard to decide which is the better buffet here in Ho Chi Minh. Is it the Brasserie at Nico Saigon Hotel with lobster as well and all those made-to-order stations? Or is it here at Saigon Café at the Sheraton Saigon? Really nice lobster as well and a lot of made-to-order stations and the delicious pho. You can't really go wrong with either one. And I'd love to know what you think. And I know YouTube has these polls here. So I think when this video is out, I'll put a poll here and let's see what you think. Saigon Café or La Brasserie? Wonderful problems to have. And speaking of endless service, I see Min here again. Oh no! What is this?
It is a fresh coconut juice.
Oh, thank
Later
you.
You can put a straw rack inside right here.
Oh,
and
okay.
enjoy the fresh juice inside.
Oh, and how do I break in?
Alright, sure. Let me show you.
Yeah.
So you just take the straw from here.
Uh-huh.
Alright. And just simply put it right here.
Oh, thank you so much.
Please enjoy.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So what a way to end the evening, coconut juice. And until we see each other again, I hope you're keeping well. I hope you're traveling well. Take care of each other and God bless. Cheers to you. Oh, so refreshing. Oh, and I think we're the last ones here.